We have a video game to cast between Stormrunner and MTK La Gran Rata Barba. But MTK La Gran Rata Barbuda. I don't speak Spanish. But we're doing our best. And for Tzeentch, we have an unholy magic build. So we have, triple Chaos Warrior of Tzeentch, 2 Marauders, the Sour Guts, Pink War ROR, and then Shrieking Sky Rays, another Screamer, and the Knights of Immolation, Doom Knights of Tzeentch. But here are the real kickers. So we have a triple combination that I actually think is really cool. Chaos War Shrine of Tzeentch, that as it charges up, it's going to give Power Recharge, Spell Mastery, and Reserves per second. The Reserves is the important one. Then we have a Herald of Tzeentch, who has Plague of Rust, but he also has the Chromatic Tome, which gives Power Recharge and Reserves per second. Locus of Conjuration is definitely overkill. You have way too much Power Recharge. You're going to hit your max very quickly and then run out of Winds of Magic. But I do like the double stacking Reserves. And then you have the Blue Scribes, who get Spell Siphon. They get Spell Mastery as they cast spells. So you have a ton of Winds of Magic generation. It's going to be pretty insane. The other side for the Warriors of Chaos, Marauder Horse Masters, Marauder Horsemen Throwing Axes, and Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch all mixed in. So 5 Skirmish Cav, Archaon the Everchosen with Burning Head and Slayer of Kings, the Rotting Riders, Hellstriders of Slaanesh, a frontline of Marauders, and a Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle with just the Fleshy Abundance heal. Archaon's getting a little bit of poke out, taking half health off of Marauder on the charge. Meanwhile, some Skirmish Cav are fighting with other Marauders, but the Sour Guts will be there to counterfire against that. We'll see what the Blue Scribes can get for spells this game. It's very hard to keep track of what they're doing. Like, they've apparently already used a spell, and I didn't see it at all, though looks like it was a buff or a debuff spell since it didn't get them much Winds of Magic. Damage value. So Archaon's still charging the front line. The Rotting Riders are mirroring the Shrieking Sky Rays, trying to keep them from landing. And in the distance, the Chaos War Shrine of Tzeentch is just trying to find Marauders to kill and start generating those Winds of Magic for the Blue Scribes to use. Skirmish Cav getting some free shots on the Shrieking Sky Rays, getting good damage out on those mildly expensive Regiments of Renown. And Archaon plus his Hellstriders, killing off a couple Marauders, good for them, and they get onto the Sour Guts too. We'll need some spells pretty quickly from the Tzeentch boys in the sky. Wonder if they're just saving up Winds of Magic right now. Someone just cast something. And I didn't see what it was. Doesn't look like anybody saw what it was. Oh, it was probably the Chromatic Tome. Yeah, Chromatic Tome. Got it. Okay. Marauders are routing. Things are looking a little bad for Tzeentch in this early game. We do have a big old blob fight. Overcast Plague of Rust from the basic caster. That is not from the Blue Scribes. The Shrieking Sky Rays and stuff jump in with the Knights of Immolation under the Rotting Riders. Very good engagement for them, though. There is a lot of support coming in. And a Fleshy Abundance for the Hellstriders, trying to keep them at bay. Lash of Slaanesh is out from the Blue Scribes. They continue to offer a little support to this blob fight, and they get to cast something. Is that a Searing Doom? Don't know what it is. It got canceled, so I guess it's nothing. Instead, they go with Missile Mirror on the Marauder Horse Masters, trying to get them to hit themselves, and then another spell out, the Maw from the Ogrecaster, and that power recharge rate is really helping out right now. So the Blue Scribes are just chucking out spells. The Missile Mirror is hitting those Marauder Horsemen in the face. And the Maw killing these guys off. Brittle Bone as well. The Eshin Sorcerer spell. Jesus Christ, he is casting every spell instantaneously. On the other side of the battlefield, just checking on some other things. We do have the Sour Guts still fighting to the last man, doing their best, but they are dying. Other than that, Chaos Warriors are fighting next to the Shrine, who is on top of Archaon. Archaon not going to offer them a lot of kills. Obviously, he is a single entity, so the Chaos War Shrine is stuck at its current charge rate. Already, we have the Tier 3 armor ability of Tzeentch. They went through so much Winds of Magic so quickly. They already have that Tier 3 armor ability only 3.5 minutes into the game. Yeah, Giver of Arcane Glory is not that far charged up just yet. As the Blue Scribes and the Herald of Tzeentch continue to just shoot from up above. Looks like now they have attack orders onto Archaon. Their little blasters are not going to be able to do much damage to him from this distance. Meanwhile, we still have Marauder Horse Masters kiting around, hurting the Doom Knights of Tzeentch. Bounce power is heavily in Tzeentch's favor. I would only temper expectations by a little bit because you do have 3 supportive type units and 2 of them are casters, so they're sharing a Winds of Magic pool, which we've established Stormrunner's build has a lot of ways to generate more Winds of Magic, but it does take quite a while to get that extra Winds of Magic. So mostly he's going to blow through his reserves super early, as we saw, and now he's going to have a long time to regenerate those reserves. Arcane Surge also to give more power reserves. Like that a lot. But anyway, The bounce power is going to be a little fraudulent because those 3 single entities are all a little overvalued on the bounce of power. As the Sour Guts get taken out by the last of these skirmish cav, you have some super wounded marauders coming. The main backbone of the Tzeentch army that is left are these 3 Chaos Warriors who have varying amounts of health, but still a good chunk of meat left to them. For the Warriors of Chaos, we do have the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle who does okay. Skirmish cav with a good amount of ammo, and Archaon is nearly full HP, so we'll see what he's able to do. As the Blue Scribes are just kind of getting what shots out they can. Some Fordham spells coming in. It looks like an Edbutt. Yeah, Edbutt from the Greenskins onto 3 light cav does a lot of damage. Not a ton, but with 3 of them stacked up, it is quite a lot. The Blue Scribes already have 1,600 value, mostly from that maw, I bet, that punished that blob earlier on. They continue to just fire away up in the sky. Doom Knights of Tzeentch back in the battle, trying to rout off some of these Marauder Horsemen and Horse Masters. That's going pretty well for them. The Chaos War Shrine, how are you doing on that? 33% charge, so it's getting 0.05 reserves per second. That stacks up over time quite a lot. Archaon's fighting the Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch as Marauder Horse Masters still kite against those Knights of Immolation, trying to get rid of the extra mobility Tzeentch has here. And what is that? Glean Magic Overcast, stealing reserves and power recharge from Archaon for the Blue Scribes. Very nice. And Locus of Conjuration too. That is way too much power recharge. I guarantee you they're out of Winds of Magic right now. Knights of Immolation, very close to outright dying. An elite unit and a regiment of renown. Their leadership is insanely high. You pretty much have to kill them to rout these guys. Meanwhile, Archaon continues to have to deal with a bunch of Chaos Warriors and the Chaos War Shrine of Tzeentch that's just following him around doggedly. For the Warriors of Chaos, their skirmish cav is either running out of ammo or dead. There is not a skirmish cav I can see with high HP and ammo. One or the other. Archaon's refreshing his charge bonus onto a different Chaos Warrior of Tzeentch as he goes marching in, slaps the first couple with his sword. What are the Blue Scribes going to do here? 1,700 value for them so far. Warriors of Chaos rally up, taking out these guys. A lot of flags for the Warriors of Chaos, but not a lot of actual HP. Less than 1,000 on both these Hellstriders as something's getting cast over here. What the hell was that? I actually don't know what that was. I saw some kind of spell get cast, but I couldn't tell what damage it did. Anyway, 60% spell mastery on the Blue Scribes. They are fully charged up now. They're getting some decent damage out. Something just happened to Archaon, a Spirit Leech that does almost double damage due to all the spell mastery these guys are getting. The Giver of Arcane Glory gives them extra spell mastery. So they have 171, sorry, 161. No, 171. 171% spell mastery, almost double, honestly, whenever they cast a spell for effectiveness. Still have 2 Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch, so they're both very low on leadership. This one's resting for a bit to get his groove back, but his low HP pool means as soon as he gets close to Archaon, he's going to take a ton of damage. Archaon's got Slayer of Kings procced. Someone's getting a heal. A Death Frost, again with that super cast value from the Blue Scribes. The Fleshy Abundance is trying to heal Archaon the Everchosen. Apotheosis is cast by the Blue Scribes as well to heal up the Chaos War Shrine of Tzeentch. And Archaon continues to take damage. It looks like a Bolt of Change is coming for him as well. He is on fire. Those little shots the Blue Scribe and the Herald of Tzeentch are putting in do cause Archaon to be on fire, so he gets half the healing of that Fleshy Abundance, and he is forced away. Now that he's routing, it looks like the Tzeentchian Lord and Hero can just chase him down. Chromatic Tome and more procced for even more Winds of Magic generation. The Blue Scribes are already almost at 3,000 damage value. The bounce power is still heavily against the Warriors of Chaos, though the Chaos War Shrine did just start to rout. With 4,000 HP left, that will take a long time to die, but if it does die, that's less leadership for the Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch. That does leave us pretty much just 2 very pathetic Flying Lords as your last melee combatants, if you can rout the Chaos Warriors, of course. But it's not like the Warriors of Chaos have a ton left either. The Blue Scribes and the Herald of Tzeentch chase off Archaon. They're going to be chasing him for a while, so I will focus on this part of the battle instead. This Chaos War Shrine looks like it's going to be allowed to rally. Skirmish Cav just trying to use the last of their ammunition on it as it flees. And the Hellstriders, Marauder Horse Masters take a bit of a charge. Its leadership is positive again, but it might be too little, might be too late for that kind of thing. How are we doing on ammo? Officially down to just 3 volleys from Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch. Meanwhile, Chaos War Shrine falls below 2,000 HP. Blue Scribes and the Herald of Tzeentch in the distance, chasing down Archaon, getting out what damage they need to as the Chaos Warriors take the fight with the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle. Archaon is dead, causing leadership to spike down for a lot of the Warriors of Chaos units. Hellstriders charging in gives them a little bit of leadership for now, and nearby routing enemies should help their leadership quite a lot. We can see these Marauder Horsemasters have enemy routing +8 leadership. Chaos War Shrine shatters or dies? It shatters. Another Chaos Warrior also shatters. Balance powers back to about 50-50. And the Chaos War Shrine is, I think it's still providing its buffs. Yeah, they do need to kill it, actually. This 80 HP is doing a lot more work than you'd think. This should be the end of it, as a bunch of horsemen come in contact, but no, they are actually after the Chaos Warriors. They are not here to finish the Chaos War Shrine. So, unfortunately, looks like we're still getting that extra Winds of Magic generation. Someone's got to kill it. The blue scribes farm up that extra Winds of Magic. We do have a heal coming down, but for what? Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch get the Fleshy Abundance, but as the guys land on them, they go -26 on leadership, so that heal is going with them as they flee the battle like cowards. Meanwhile, Marauder Horsemasters, Hellstriders, and the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle try and fight back. This is just the blue scribes and the Herald of Tzeentch, though. Like, not very good melee combatants, though they are very healthy for this point in the game. We're starting to get some shatters in from the Hellstriders. Too many of the Warriors of Chaos units have routed too many times. The Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch that got the heal are back. They have 333 HP worth of barriers now, because they got a bit of a heal, and they even have some ammunition, apparently. They throw on the Chaos Warriors on their way out. And Brain Gobbler, look at that. -28 leadership from the Brain Gobbler of the Blue Scribes. That is very intense, because the base is -16, so it's almost double value from all their spell mastery they've stacked up. And is that Chaos War Shrine still alive? Yeah, it is. So it's still providing them 17% more spell mastery. These Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch look like they're about to rout. They are going to get a quick charge on the Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch. One, to rout that support coming in, but also to refresh their charging leadership bonus. The Chaos Warriors hold for now, but getting surrounded by 2 different Horseman units is probably going to be the death of them. Though, we do have a Herald of Tzeentch and the Blue Scribes flying in on the Sorcerer of Nurgle. I doubt it, because Archaon used a lot of Burning Heads earlier, and we've seen 2 Fleshy Abundances, but if he has a third of Fleshy Abundance just for himself, maybe the Warriors of Chaos have a way back into this, but it's looking unlikely as Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch rout again. The Marauder Horsemasters and the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle make their last stand. Chromatic Tome popped again for more Winds of Magic generation. Doesn't seem to matter at this point. It's the Marauder Horsemasters are going to rout, and that will be GG. There's no hope for the Sorcerer of Nurgle. I mean, if he wasn't doing it with all that support, he's not doing it alone either. That boy is done. 2 leadership, takes a big shot to the face, and that's it. Blue Scribes unironically carrying with the full Winds of Magic generation Chaos build. And Chaos is in the disruption and you don't know what's going on, not Chaos is in the literal factions in this game. For Archaon and the boys, Archaon got okay value. Rot Knights did alright. Skirmish Cav did pretty solid. It wasn't enough to beat the Blue Scribes. GG.
Subscribe, yes.